Person that was leading the pack on this end was Triple X, XX Tentacion Jase on first. He's lit up, he's on fire for Satan, I'm on fire for Satan. I just thought it was just music. I just thought, okay, maybe it's just music. It was more than music. We went to this house. It was hell in that house. An open portal of hell in that house. We were all manifesting in there all together. We're all doing it. And that spirit came within me. He imparted me his vision and his goal that he wanted to bring forth. And you know who they idolize and who they represent is the Baphomet. That's the image that he's portraying. And when you see this agenda that men turn into women turn into men, you know, that's the agenda. Demons are literally coming out of them. This isn't a rock show. You know, this is a church. The music that we're playing is the worship. When we're moshing, we're opening up a portal. All those demons were literally, like they had chains on me. We were in a covenant, like we were in a blood covenant.
When I look at the way the industry has the ruling over music, the majority of it there is to take you away from Christ. I've been in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically, and that goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. Rituals, ceremonies, everything to give light to the devil. It's a satanic music industry.
So, the video we're going to take a look at today is it's kind of eye-opening. Not really for me, because I've been known how this stuff works, but maybe for some of you guys that aren't truly aware of how the entertainment industry works and how it operates. It's a lot of evil stuff going on, and it's purposeful. And they want to do that so that they can quite literally take over your mind and take over how you think, and so that you can open certain doors to spirits that you don't really want in your life, that will wreak havoc in your life. And the main goal is to take you away from God, to take you away from Christ. That is what the entertainment industries, I believe their top priority is. That is their top priority. So we got a couple videos we're going to take a look at today of artists, you know, TV writers, musicians, talking about how the entertainment industry, the music industry, is demonic, and how they made certain pacts with demons or Satan. And at the end, I got a story that I'm going to tell y'all, because if you guys don't know, I was in the music industry as well. I did music, but I also was an audio engineer. So I was in the studio with a lot of big artists, even when I was an intern. And, you know, I seen some stuff. I'm not going to say everything, but I do have a story about, this is not that big of a deal, but it is. So I'll kind of touch on that at the end. But let's just go ahead and get into the video. The first one from Corey Yeshua. It's on his Instagram. So let's take a look at it.
You signed a deal with Satan in order to be in his kingdom, and you were going to be used in music just as a tool in order to gather souls.
I got initiated was when I seen Baphomet. This was before everything takes off. Satan is not going to let you take off unless he initiates you. Now after this happened, I was extortion man 666. Now I have the tattoo extortion on my forehead. I fully embraced the darkness, and I just thought it was just music. I just thought, okay, maybe it's just music. It was more than music.
As a very special testimony that I believe is going to touch many lives.
Dennis Stevenson, definitely raised in Miami. I was in a car, young, rapping the DMX. I put Young Jeezy on, put Lil Wayne on.
You were influenced by that kind of music. I try to tell people how powerful music is. Not only did I grow up listening to certain kind of music and it put me in certain kind of moods and made me want to do certain things, but I also did music and was in the music industry for years. So I know the impact that it has on people. People don't understand that there's spirits in this music and attached to this music, and a lot of people get into things by.
Yeah, y'all, just keep in mind that music, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but it is spiritual. Like, you feel it in your soul. It gets you thinking certain types of ways. It gets you thinking certain type of ways about people and how to treat people and how to act in life and what's right and what's wrong. Music has a big impact on people. And I believe there is a spiritual component to music. I didn't always believe that, but I do now. I used to think that music is just an artist going in the booth, rapping or singing, getting it recorded into Pro Tools, and then mastered and put it out. Because that's what I did. I wasn't on no demonic timing. But as we'll see in this video and a couple other ones, it's a little bit more to that in some of these industries. So
behind the scenes that they put into the music, and the enemy uses the music.
We were professional criminals.
So you guys were doing like breaking and entering.
I'm not proud of it, but yeah, most of us went to jail. I'm actually on the news for trying to murder somebody. This is when my older brother passed away, and then that's when Satan began to put that trauma in my heart, and now I was fully possessed.
Music industry side, how far you went in that realm and the things you experienced in that realm. So who would you say you met first?
I was in the streets at the time, and the person that was leading the pack on his end was Triple X, Tentacion, Jase on first. Yeah, we went to the same school. He's lit up, he's on fire for Satan, I'm on fire for Satan too, so we two are the ones that's leading. But mind you, X was still doing music at that time. I was more in the streets, and I just thought it was just music. I just thought, okay, maybe it's just music. It was more than music. When my older brother passed away in 2017, once that trauma hit, that took me to another level of darkness. Now, mind you, at that time, I just did a show with Cardi B, Kodak, Youngboy. This is called Trap Circus 2017. At that time, it was like, we went to this house. It was hell in that house. An open portal of hell in that house. I mean, they're doing drugs. The music is like we're all manifesting in there all together. We're all doing it. And that spirit came within me. And he imparted me his vision and his goal that he wanted to bring forth. And you know, who they idolize and who they represent is the Baphomet. That's the image that he's portraying. And when you see this agenda that men turning into women turning into men, no, that's the agenda that ultimately that he wanted to push, and I already seen it. He has a mark too, and his agenda is to turn your way and to twist you into something that was never meant to be. I'm not looking at the demise. I'm not looking at the downfall. I'm not looking at the people that I'm going to influence to represent Satan and ultimately send those people to hell. The demons are literally coming out of them. This isn't the rock show. No, this is the church. The music that we're playing is the worship. When we're moshing, we're opening up a portal.
That reminds me of the Travis Scott show where they were doing the mosh pit and all those people ended up dying, and it was a kid who even died. And he had all type of imagery that had like portals. A man going through a portal and becoming red like a demon, like his face as a bat, like leading up to that show. And then that stuff ended up happening, and people were saying that it was like human sacrifice. It was like a ritual.
Every concert's a ritual. I have people drawing pentagrams at my concerts on the floor. Image, the beast that was in me, I was sewing it into them, and you can definitely open your soul to some things.
It's like a church service, but for the dark side. And all these entities are just starting to grab hold of people. Man, it's really deep. You know, people need to understand this stuff is all spiritual, and the spiritual realm is very real. But if there's a dark side, guess what? There's also a light side. You ended up being pulled out of that darkness.
And then I went and I prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, you know, if you real, show me. And I'm seeing it. Now my eyes are fully open. All those demons were literally, like, they had chains on me. We were in a covenant. Like, we were in a blood covenant. I was dying.
Yo, that's crazy because the entertainment industry is evil. Like, Satan wants to influence people that can influence the masses, so that all in all, at the end of the day, he can take people away from Christ. So a lot of the stuff you listen to, be careful. A lot of the stuff that you're watching, be careful. Jesus wanted us to guard our eyes and our ears and be careful what we say. And there's a reason to that. Because you can open the door to certain demonic influences in your life that you don't want there. But let's take a look at another video. Now there's two of them. One from Lana Del Rey. She's a self-proclaimed witch, by the way. And the video we're gonna take a look at is it's a little short where she I guess she was trying to do a spell on Trump. She was talking about that, and one, she was at a concert and some wild stuff happened. But let's watch this one first real quick.
Lana Del Rey just exposed herself. Pop singer Lana Del Rey exposed herself as a witch. Lana Del Rey, who sang for Season of the Witch, proved she's into the occult by posting a pic of her ingredients for a seance to curse Trump. Hear for yourself.
Lana confirms that earlier this year, she actually attempted to use witchcraft to get rid of President Donald Trump, admitting she instructed her fans to join a mass occult ritual against him, saying, "Yeah, I did it. Why not? Look, I do a lot of
This is why you must be careful about what music you listen to. Many artists cast spells on their listeners to enslave them to the enemy. And the darkness in this world is getting heavier because the kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of the light of God is clashing. And only Jesus can set you free. If you want Jesus to set you free, you better like and comment below, Jesus set me free, subscribe and follow for more.
Yeah. So she's a self-proclaimed witch talking about she's casting spells on Trump. Did it work? I don't know. But check this one out right here. This one's pretty crazy. So she's at a concert and some type of demonic energy was put out into the crowd. A lot of people think they're just going there to have fun, but a lot of the times they're doing certain rituals and seances right in front of you, out in the open. They don't care anymore. They're not hiding it. So be careful before you go to certain people's concerts. Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, Beyonce, Lana Del Rey, a lot of people. People you look up to when you really should be looking up to Christ. You know? But watch this one right here.
Del Rey has been open about practicing witchcraft, and y'all, look what happened at one of her concerts. This stuff is so real.
Look at that. Ooh.
This is not normal.
Hold on. Look at this again.
This is not normal.
Yeah, a force literally just pushed them down. As it looks like, I mean, I didn't see the full concert, but it looks like they're doing some type of weird seance type ritual thing on stage.
Okay, that's not a mosh pit. This man right here. Whatever witchcraft Lana Del Rey is doing, the spells she's putting on her music to make it attractive, those demons are being invited into the crowd and into you when you attend. These demons will destroy your life. How do I know? Because people come to me for deliverance to get rid of the demons that they get through stuff like this. There's a reason the Bible tells us to stay away from witchcraft. It's because God loves you and He's trying to protect you. Please give your life to Jesus. He is the one who frees you and protects you. And for the love of everything, please stop going to this stuff. If you want.
Yeah, guys. I mean, a lot of people, I don't know about a lot, but people try to get delivered from demons when they find out that something's attached to them or in them, not knowing that they invited it themselves. And a lot of people think it's like in the movies. It may not be that extreme. Sometimes it's subtle, where the enemy can give you a certain thought, a thought that'll take you closer away from God through sin. Oh, let me watch this. Oh, let me do that. Let me say this to that person, something I shouldn't say. And you keep doing that, you are separating yourself from God, especially if it's unrepentant sin. So just be careful about what you guys do. And I don't listen to music anymore. I used to love music because I did music. I don't listen to that crap anymore. When I'm in the car, I have my headphones in and I'm listening to the Bible. That is, what else? I don't really listen to the worship music. I don't even know the radio station to listen to the worship music, but I'd rather just listen to the Bible. So on my way to work, when I'm coming home, when I'm in the car at all, I'm just listening to the Bible, at least something good. Or maybe a YouTuber, a Christian YouTuber that I like. I might listen to that, but I don't listen to music. Now, not everybody is evil. Not everybody is demonically influenced, but you're gonna want to use your discernment for real. But I also wanted to show you this one. It was from TikTok. It was from a TikTok where it was a writer from the originals. Right? She's from the originals. It's like a TV show. And she's talking about how she was actually putting literal spells in her movies or in the TV show, whatever it is. And then a witch called her and said, you don't know what you're messing with. And then she just said, just watch it. Watch it for yourself. Kind of crazy.
Karina, I actually want to ask you if this, because I say this at conventions a lot, this rumor that I heard, and I want to know if it's true. There's a rumor that production was called by the real witches of New Orleans saying you're playing with fire and you got to change up your chants. It's true?
So in season 1, when I was the writer's assistant, I wrote the chants and I would go online and like look up spells. I was like, why not? And then I'd like change a couple words. I'd go and I'd like figure out a spell, and I'd like go and change a couple words to French and a couple words to like Creole, a couple words to like Haitian Creole. You do Google Translate.
Difficult.
You do Google Translate to Haitian Creole, and then I'd like throw some Latin in. And I was just like making some spells, and then we got a call from.
So she's just mixing up words that mean the same thing, just in different languages to make these spells, not even knowing what she's doing or what she's messing with. And then you guys are inviting these stuff into your living room and watching it like it's okay, like it's not gonna affect you. Be careful what y'all watch, man. It's just serious. And when I watch something in my head, in the back of my mind, I'm like, would God want me to be watching this? Is this something that is edifying to my spirit? Or is this something that the enemy would want me to watch? I mean, that's what I do. I mean, you don't have to do that, but I'm just letting y'all know what I do. But listen.
A woman in New Orleans who was like, I think that you're playing with fire. I think that you're, what are you trying to do? You're putting these spells in everybody's living room all across America.
Right.
Like, we were like cursing everybody to watch the show. And then I started making shit up a little weirder.
So she said she started going a little bit harder after she got that call from that witch. She started going a little bit harder. That kind of tells me that she knows what she's doing. Like, all right, this is what they want. They want you to be oppressed, influenced by the demonic realm. They don't want you to know Jesus. They do not want you to know Jesus. And I wanted to read this scripture real quick. And it says, this is Mark 8th. What am I talking about? Mark 8, verse 36. I can't talk, but everyone should know this. But it says, for what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? For what can a man give in return for his soul? What can a man give in return for his soul? It's not worth it. These people are deep inside, and the people that are promoting this onto people, and the people that are, receiving this, you can't tell me that they're happy, truly happy, and have true peace and joy in their life. They can't, because most of them don't know Jesus. Like I said in some past videos, you can have temporary peace, but without the one true God, you're just walking around aimlessly. You're spiritually dead. It's like the Walking Dead out here. That's what I be thinking when I'm outside, seeing people just walking around, going about their lives. I'm like, most of these people probably aren't saved, and they're just dead people walking. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. But there's nothing in the world that's worth forfeiting your soul. But I did. This is the last video I wanted to take a look at, and it's from an interview. Shane Lynch. He was an artist, and he went on a podcast and he was talking about his experience. And this is pretty eye-opening. So let's take a look at this, okay? Let's take a look.
Trying to prove something out of a boy band scenario, perhaps, but also it intrigued me, the darker side of the world, the Ouija boards, seances, all that kind of spiritual tarot card reading, all that kind of stuff really got a hold of me. And interestingly, that all came from our very first album launch, which you would look at very innocently because it was around Halloween. It was a Halloween party in a big mansion, but in that was super demonic. But for this young kids, it's a bit of fun. All the record company are there, and all the journalists are there, and here we go. But when I look at the way the industry has the ruling over music, now, of course, not all music is bad. By all means, it's not. But majority of it there is to take you away from Christ.
Right.
100% take you away from Christ.
In terms of the lyrics, is that what you mean? Or do you mean the industry itself, the big players in the industry?
Both, lyrically, and both big players. Both. I've been in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically. Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane, prayed over demonically?
So rituals, ceremonies, everything to bring, to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. That's majority of what it is.
Do you mean figuratively, or do you mean literally you've been in...
Literally, yes. And not figuratively.
Can you share what those albums were? Were they your albums?
No, they weren't our albums, no. They were not Boyzone albums. So that's what I mean by not every music is that, but it was on the stepping stone to that. So you're going back to the 1993s into 2000s. And then if you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of.
And you guys are listening to this stuff. Hopefully not you guys, but I'm sure somebody watching this is listening to this type of stuff. And they're demonically praying over stuff like this. Now, let me tell you my story real quick before we finish this. So I was an intern at Patchwork. It's a huge recording studio in Atlanta. You could look it up. Patchwork Recording Studio. And what interns do is you basically just, you'll sit in on the sessions while the main engineer is recording them. You'll soak up knowledge, see how they do it, learn. But then you'll also have to do errands and go get stuff for people. Like, I mean, I was working from, I believe, like 8 p.m. at night to like sometimes 8 a.m. in the morning. And I'd be downstairs waiting on someone to call me to do something. And one time, I'm not going to tell you the artist, but I'll give you a hint. He's in jail right now. Y'all probably not going to get it, but he's in jail. And what I had to get was, I think it was 12 unscented candles, eyelashes, eyelash remover, and baby oil. In the middle of the night. And there was no girls in the studio. Sometimes they brought girls, but there was no girls. There's only him and his engineer. And he was the only artist at all that we gave special privileges to. And we could not see what was going on in the studio because we have cameras, but they did not let the cameras be shown when he was here. We always had to cover him up, which was weird. But I had to leave the candles and everything outside the door, and they came and got it. But it was kind of like they were doing some type of ritual, some type of humiliation ritual. I mean, why do they need eyelashes, eyelash removal, and baby oil, and 12 unscented candles? And when I had to go clean up the room, the candles were arranged in a peculiar way, a weird way. I didn't think about it then at that time, but I had seen some weird stuff going on at Patchwork, or just in the music industry in general, at certain music videos, conversations at parties in Cali, like some weird stuff. So this dude's saying that people are praying demonically over the music, which is more than, like I said earlier, just going in the studio, recording it into Pro Tools, which is the software that people use to record songs, and then mastering and putting it out. No, these folks are doing evil stuff. It's evil, guys. I can't stress this enough. That's why I'm saying be careful to what you're bringing into your life, because the devil came to kill, steal, and destroy. That's it.
Of us. It's something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music. But it really isn't. It's absolutely taken over the world, taken over our children, and taken over everything that's coming to the times of world crisis.
And are you talking about the messages that are in some of those songs, some of those artists, share with their fans?
Yeah, messages and the glorification of Satan.
And it certainly had some kind of influence on you, because as you said that you started to get very drawn into the dark side, and you were interested in witchcraft and Ouija boards, and that led to some very dark experiences for you personally. Can you tell us a bit about what those were and how those came about?
It came about just through opening those doors. We've got to be very careful on what doors we knock on. And as soon as you start innocently doing a tarot reading or a Ouija board or a seance or whatever them fun things as kids that we mess around with, you're giving grounds to the dark side. Of course you are. You're now engaged. You've opened the door. And once you open doors, they have the rights. They have the rights to come in.
Yeah, that's a good point. You may be making an agreement with Satan and not even know it. But he doesn't need you to know it for you to actually make that agreement. It's through what your eyes see, what you listen to, and what you do. To what extent are they influencing you? What are you going to do? How are you going to live your life? Away from God? Well, you just made an agreement, my boy. But let's just, I'm not going to play too much more. I just want to hear what he has to say about this.
And I opened many doors. and found myself in a very, very angry, very dark place, self-destruct place, violent place. And at one point of all of that, yeah, was I don't think I was quite suicidal, but in the industry that I was in, the press itself was, you know, quite, with the whole, I'll say, phone hacking side of things and everything that went on, and the paranoia. And, you know, a lot of us celebrities are and have been through cases of all of that, which led to a lot of destruction. So the press themselves are even on a destructive path. And with that, yeah, just for me came a very, very, very dark place.
I mean, you're all...
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, you heard it from the horse's mouth. It's a lot of evil stuff that goes on in the entertainment industry, and you got to understand, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities. And I believe that Satan and the principalities are influencing the people at the top of the music industry, or the top of the entertainment world, or the top of government, so that, you know, as far as like the entertainment industry or the music industry, they can influence the artist. And then who does the artist influence? The world, masses. And that's a perfect setup for Satan. You agreeing with him without knowing you're agreeing with him. Oh, but God, I didn't know that. It don't matter. If you're not worshiping God, you're worshiping Satan. There's no in between. You may not even know that you're worshiping Satan, but by how you live in your life and what you put your trust in and what you put your time and attention into, you may just be worshiping Satan. So really examine yourself and see exactly who you're worshiping, who your God is. Is it you? Is it money? Is it fame? Is it celebrities that you're worshiping? Is it music? Like, what is it? Because if the answer is not God, then you got some you got some questions to answer for yourself. You got a bigger problem on your hand. But anyways, y'all, that's the video. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if this opened your mind, your eyes about something that you didn't know about. I'm sure a lot of people know about it, but hey, this is coming from the horse's mouth. People in the industry cracking the lid on this. So let me know what you guys thought in the comment box down below. If you liked it, go ahead and smash that like. And if you could do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your post notification, hit the post notification bell, because I don't know, man, YouTube doing some weird stuff lately. So just make sure you hit that so that when I drop a video, you'll be notified. Yeah, that's it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, okay? 100.